Right, what's going on everyone? Welcome back. Brand new video on the channel with a brand new car. This is, well, not this, sorry, but this just popped up right now is the brand new 911 Turbo S that we got this week for Forza Horizon 5. So let's swap over to it. Also, I need to show you how you get this thing because it's not actually that obvious on how to get it because it's kind of hidden away a little bit. But yeah, here it is. Porsche 911 Turbo S, 641 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque, 1,565 kilos, technically 3.8 liter, twin turbo. It's a sick car. Very, very cool car. The thing though about the 911 Turbo S is that it is actually one of my favorite cars that Porsche makes. It is genuinely one of my favorite cars. I mean, it sounds like any 911, but there's the wing that lifts up. I think I was talking about this with the, what are the other 911s, and I was saying, why doesn't the wing, like, pop up? But I think it was because it had to be this Turbo S. Yeah, I like this thing a lot. I've loved the 911 turbos from even way back in the day, from the 996, the 997, 991, which is my favorite. Still, even with this one out right now, I think the 991 generation 911 Turbo S is still my favorite. I don't know, there's just something about it I really, really love. Apart from that, I do still like this new one. Here's how you get it, by the way. So in the festival playlist, as you can see, the card that you get for your 20 points, which is usually how they add cards in this game. So as you can see here, this, you have to get 20 points for the new GT3 RS, the new 911 Rally, Dakar, whatever you want to call it, is again 20 points. For the winter season again, brand new 911 GT3 R. Also, you get your 20 points. But here, you get the Porsche 935, which is already in the game. But obviously, you can get it again. But as you can see, it's a hard-to-find car. It's not an exclusive car. Now, how do you get the 911 Turbo S? Well, you have to do this very specific championship down here. You have to use any Porsche 911 in S1. It's 3 road events. So you have, I think, a circuit race and 2 sprints to do. Pretty easy to do. Actually, it's very, very easy to do. And that's your reward. You can see that the exclusive car reward is the 911 Turbo S. So that's how you get this new 911. Let's do stuff to it. I mean, obviously, as standard, this thing is an absolute beast of a car. One sec. What I wanted to do is someone's going to tune car. I want to see, okay, nothing is adjustable here. Apart from the brakes and the tires. I was going to say, is anything adjustable in those settings? But this thing, as standard, is already an absolute beast of a car. Acceleration-wise, this is like Porsche's thing, right? Like, every drag race, you'd always try and bet on Porsches. Especially the 911 Turbo S. If there was a 911 Turbo S in one of your drag races, you always try to bet on one of these. And if not, you'd bet on McLaren. But usually, 0 to 60 times are ridiculous in the 2 seconds range. It just is a very fast car and a very quick car as well. In general, it is just an absolute monster of a car. Now, obviously, since this is Forza, we can do stuff to it, as in make it even faster than what it is now. I kind of feel like I want to just keep the engine that's in it, so I don't want to engine swap it. Just see what this 3.8 liter can actually do. See if we can get this thing to be even faster than before. I mean, it hits 200 miles an hour like it's nothing, man. And this is a stock car with only like 600 and something horsepower. It is fast. Like, it's a very, very sick car. Alright, let's go over into the festival because I want to have a look at it. Little poke around it, you know what I mean? I want to have a little look and see what it's like in the Forza Vista mode. I'm double pressing buttons. I didn't mean to back out twice. I was spamming the button to get out. This is a cool color combo as well. Also, that little front lip that's there. I don't know if you can do it in this Forza Vista menu thing. No, you can't. That little front lip where it says Turbo S is actually retractable. How sick is that? You can actually pull that in. And I think the older 911 Turbo S also had the same feature as well. It's a very good looking car. Oh my god, you can actually lift the rear flap. You can't really see anything. It's just, you can see where you can put the oil in. And I think, is it here as well? Where you can... Yeah. Yeah, it's oil and Oil and coolant, I think. That's pretty much it. That's all you can access there. There's nothing else. And you can see what sort of oil, and you just see the fans. Because like all these 911s, you can't really do or see anything with them anyway. There is nothing you can do to service these. You actually have to put them up on a ramp, and then you literally have to go from underneath. If you want to do any sort of service yourself. And usually, as well, with these, you have to take off the entire rear bumper to do anything crazy to them. But yeah, anyway. Apart from that, it's just still funny. It's just a, like, such a... It's a perfect, like, GT car, this. I do love it. I really, really do love it. But I still do prefer the previous generation. I don't like the little gear selector. I think it's clapped. And the interior is nice and all, but again, like I said, I still prefer the old design. I think it just is a nicer design. Also, I'm pretty sure the new 992.2 generation cars all got rid of the actual tack, like the analog dials. I'm pretty sure the entire thing is just screen, and I really don't like that. I think that looks very, very ugly. This one still has it, and also this still has kind of like the little turn knob as well, as you can see, like over there, like right in front of me where my camera's pointing. A little turning knob for, like, as if you would put the key in to turn it. Whereas the newer ones don't have it anymore. It's just a push to start. That one doesn't really bother me too much, but this whole center bit I'm not a big fan of. Like, I definitely do prefer the older one. Visually though, on the outside, I do really like it. I think it looks very, very good. It's a very good looking car. Even in this like grey color, I think grey suits this car a lot, especially with the yellow brake calipers. I do, however, wish, like I said in one of my previous videos, what we could do is have the yellow brake calipers, but also have like yellow seatbelts and stuff like that. You have little accents on the inside. That would be very, very sick to do to some of these. All right, I'm gonna assume before we even go into this, we're not gonna have any customization options except for some stupid little like Forza Aero parts. Ooh, I'm wrong. We could turn this into the Brabus 911. Oh my god. We could put Maxton Design parts. Why is Maxton Design... Who in their right mind would buy a brand new 911 Turbo S and then go to Maxton Design to put parts on it? Honestly. The fact that we can do Brabus parts is actually kind of funny. That is just dumb. Should I just turn this thing into a Brabus? I don't really like the Brabus kit on this thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. Too much. It just doesn't look great, in my opinion. At least this has like proper exhaust on it, whereas this just doesn't. This looks a little weird. The underside of it is so clapped. I'm honestly very surprised that they're not doing... It's front engine. If you look at the reflection. Am I wrong in saying that this... no, it's not front engine, no. It's just the way that... It's just weird looking. It's not front engine, I'm stupid. It's just the transmission that goes kind of... It goes forward and then into the diff at the front. I just... From this part here, when I looked at it like this, I was like, oh my god, it's front engine, but the transmission's in the back. But no, it's not. It's so ugly. It's so low res as well underneath. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Alright, let's turn this thing into a Brabus, I guess. Let's put Brabus parts in it, because why not? It just makes it look dumber, but a little bit more interesting at the very least. Oh god. Look at it. It's actually not that bad. I think they've made like another version of this thing where it's actually a lot worse than this, but they made it like a wide body version and it just doesn't look great. I do really love these wheels. I don't really want to change them. I think this is... I don't remember if the previous Gen 911 Turbo S actually had center locking wheel nuts. I think it was only like the GT cars that had them. I'm not 100% sure. People will be able to correct me down in the comments below. But I definitely want this thing to keep these wheels because they look fantastic. 265s in the fronts, 335s in the rear. Solid. I think the spacers are a bit too much. I think it actually looks really good with standard wheel fitment. Or at least bring them out slightly, but not that much. I feel like that's just a bit too much. I think they're 20s and 21s if I remember correctly. I think you can only change the front ones to 21s. Yep. Pretty much spot on. What about engine options? Okay, we can put this engine in it, which, I mean, what? This is from the GT2 RS, right? Pretty sure. I can put this engine in it as well, which I'm not going to. You can also change it to rear-wheel drive, most likely, which I'm not really gonna do that either. Definitely get this thing to change gears quicker, so we buy those. diff as well, so we can adjust it. We're gonna make this thing nice and light as well. Race springs, we can turn this thing into a drift car if we really wanted to. I just want this thing to be fast in a straight line and handle kind of alright as well. So that's the build for this that I want to go for. Like I said, I want to see how much power we can squeeze out of this standard engine that we have available for this thing. Obviously get it to rev even higher than before, which is very good. High revving Porsches are very sick. Much more power, 924. I haven't done the exhaust, by the way. I know you guys have seen that. Because I want. Doesn't sound too bad, actually. Launching this thing is a 10, by the way. I think that's pretty much it. That's all we can really do to this thing. 962 horsepower. Well, it weighs 1,269 kilos. I mean, this has got to be a fast car. Like, very, very fast car. I don't think it's going to handle very well. Because it's a Turbo S, and we don't really have as much downforce or as much, you know, availability for it to handle like crazy. Alright, what are we looking at for paints here? Black and yellow looks really good. The red and yellow looks really good as well. White looks good. That's a really nice color, but I feel like this belongs on like a Carrera, for example. It's like a Dakar yellow type of vibe. I kind of like that. I know this is, I'm pretty sure that's not the graded sun, is it? It's very similar, if not the exact same, but I don't think... No, it's not the same. It's like got like a bit of a tint of green on it. I actually kind of like this color a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is cool as well. There's actually one of these... Oh, sorry, it's not one of these. I think it's a 718. And I think there's one in one of the Porsche dealers that's close by where I live. I'm pretty sure there's a 718 in this color. Little Boxster or a little Cayman or whatever it is. It's there. I see it in the window as I drive past it sometimes. It's a cool color. I like it, but I don't think it belongs in this. Yeah, I think the 911 Turbo S is a very like... It needs a monotone color. Am I wrong in saying that? It's either that or paint it like a Miami blue color. Which I feel like it'll get really, really boring because I paint all of my Porsches in that color. But they just look really, really good. Yeah, I don't really want to put like way too much carbon on this thing as well because it'll just look very, very tacky. That's what I think about the Brabus kit as well on it. It just makes it just kind of, it pushes it away from it being like an understated, like really, really fast like GT car to something that just kind of stands out and makes it look a little bit too tacky. That's what I think about the Brabus kit stuff. That's why I'm not a massive fan of it. We try to see how fast this thing is. What are we looking at for stats here? It's pretty ridiculous stuff. I'm gonna get rid of camber as well because I want this thing to accelerate very quickly in a straight line. So get rid of that. We don't really need that. Keeping this thing more rear biased. Should I lock it fully? I still want this thing to kind of handle a little well, but at the same time, I mean, I still want this thing to accelerate really, really quickly. Maybe have a bit of camber. Should we keep it just the way it was? I'll put like... There. We'll just do that. Do something like that. This doesn't really make too much of a difference. Actually, tire pressures. I'm going to lower these a little bit. 28s maybe. We're already going to do too much. That is rapid. That is fast. Not everything needs to be maxed out in this game, and I'm definitely up for... Oh, it actually gets rid of the lifting wing. It's an 8-speed. It gets rid of the wing that lifts up on the rear end because we put this Brabus wing on it. It's so quick. Like I said, it's not going to be very, like, good around corners and stuff like that. That's what the GT cars are for. This is... I mean, like, the GT3s. Those are the ones that'll end up handling really well. This is more like a... Like I said... more of like a Grand Tour, you know? Instead of a racing car. It just gets up to... It's too much slip in second. Can we like stretch my gears out a little bit? First, stretch that out. Same with second. I think we're fine like that. Still though, this is way too long. I mean, we have like an 8th gear, which we just don't really use, so we can probably keep this thing as just a 7-speed. A little quicker. Still not gonna be like a drag car either, because there's so many more like ridiculous cars in this game. It's a fast car. The world. It's good. It's a fun car. Like I said, definitely not going to be like meta or OP or anything like that. I feel like this could be kind of fun maybe to even like drift a little bit. But rear engine cars are just not really that great to slide around in this game. Oh, these guys are messing around. We're trying to see how good my acceleration is against these guys. Oh, they're just gonna peel away. Never mind. What is going on? What is this guy doing? The thing is though, if I want this thing to accelerate even better, I'll just put the drag radials on it. And they'll be even nicer. Thing is though, these Porsches, especially in video games, they're not like overly exciting. They're definitely more of like a just be brutally fast type of car and then that's it, you know? They're not like overly insane to like drive or anything like that. The turbos anyway. Well, there you go. That's about it for the 911. I just kind of want to take a quick little look at it. If you guys have any builds for this thing, you can send them over on my Discord. Link to that is careful. Link to that is down below in the description. You can click that little Linktree link there. You can go join the Discord and send over some of your interesting tunes if you've created anything fun for this car. I'm definitely down to try it in a future video. But for now, just a little bit of messing around with this 911 Turbo S, and it's actually quite an enjoyable car. Like I said, it's not going to be OP or anything like that, or it doesn't feel like it's going to be OP or anything like that for any event, but it could be still very, very fun to try and build for something. So yeah, if you have any builds, send them my way and I'll try them. But for now, that's pretty much it. This was the new 911 Turbo S and how you get it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good boy.